Jeff King. I'm Andy Erickson. This is not another shooting show. We go to Deltona, Florida, where a Florida deputy is recovering after she accidentally shot herself in the leg at a Walmart on Saturday afternoon, according to the Volusia County Sheriff's Office. The incident happened around 1 p.m. at the Walmart on Howland Boulevard in Deltona. Officials said the female deputy got injured after the accidental self-inflicted gunshot. Deputies on the scene were able to provide aid until EMS took her to a nearby hospital for treatment. The sheriff's office said she's doing okay and is expected to recover from her injuries, and she's going back for more training.
Well, that's good.
Well, that's not in the story. I just said that because she's either not going to be a deputy anymore or she's going back for more training, one or the other. I mean,
right.
This is probably a thing that is most likely happening. Other newsy news stuff. There's another lawsuit that's been filed against Sig Sauer. This comes from thetrace.org, which I didn't know this website existed. Apparently, The Trace is a gun violence journalism news website. And they don't like guns, though. They want them to all go away. But one thing I think we can all agree on is we're not big fans of the P320. So Roman Neshin, who's 41, died on October 1st in his Bucks County home after a bullet fired from his Sig Sauer P320 pierced his groin and punctured his femoral artery, according to the lawsuit and an interview with the widow's attorney. Neighbors found him lying unresponsive in his basement hours later with an unused tourniquet in his lap and a cell phone by his side.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So the lawsuit alleges that a defect in the design of the P320 made it unreasonably susceptible to an unintentional discharge. So it cites the other verdict that happened last month where the jury in Philadelphia awarded $11 million in damages to an Army veteran by the name of George Abrams, who suffered a gunshot wound to the leg while going down the stairs. So, yeah, the hits just keep on coming. Let's see. What else did we have here? I got Nass Dad jokes coming up later, so I got two Google documents open, and I keep clicking the wrong one.
The next thing on the list is a very exciting new product from Ruger.
Yes, the Ruger /Magpul RXM. Or, as Palmetto State Armory called it when they came out with theirs. What do they call theirs? The
Dagger?
The Dagger, yeah. The Dagger. It's a Glock 3 clone, but I guess the part about this that's interesting is that it is sort of like a P320, not in that it goes off in cop holsters, but that
we know of.
Just wait for Nass Dad jokes, damn it. But it doesn't have a fire control unit. It has a fire control insert. Basically, the serialized part is not the grip like it would be on a Glock. Not that part of the frame. It's the fire control unit that's serialized. That's the firearm. So then Magpul makes grip modules, for whatever. So, it's not the most innovative product, but it's taking a bunch of things a bunch of people have done and sort of kind of made it into one kind of interesting product.
Right. It looks like garbage, but...
No, it doesn't. Compared to a Ruger American pistol, this thing is a Picasso.
Yeah, but if you compare a shit pile to another shit pile...
Well,
Ruger guns don't look good.
But compared to most Ruger pistols, Jeff... You gotta admit,
it does look square, and the slide makes me think of an XD for some reason.
I thought it kind of looked like I thought the slide looked like the P07 slide used to look.
Okay, I guess
like the way the serrations in that line towards the front kind of swoops back to the rear.
Yeah. Okay, I can see it. I don't know. My mind is saying either like SIG P365 or XD for some reason.
Oh, it's kind of got the slide actually kind of has a P320 look too.
Yeah. So and then the grip could not be more square in all dimensions.
Well, It's
a Glock.
knockoff. Of course it is.
I know. But I'm sure the thing about Ruger is the guns look like shit, but they run reliably. Like it will be a fine gun, I'm sure. It's in no way, shape, or form anything I'm interested in because the only version of it I think is a Glock 19 size.
Yeah, it's a Glock 19 sized. It's a 4-inch gun, 15 round. Magpul mag comes with it. Glock compatible.
I'm sure they'll sell like hotcakes because out the door it's MSRP is $500.
They're $400 at Palmetto.
Yes, MSRP is always higher than on the street right now. They're $400, and then in like a year or two,
they'll be like
$325 on a sale.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
I mean, it could have been worse.
Yeah, yes, it could have been worse, but I don't know. You always see the post like, oh, this is going to revolutionize the gun world.
No. It's not going to do that. Nope. But this has more potential than a lot of other ones just because of that. You could Flux Raider this thing in the same way that the Flux Raider is a Flux Raider. So if Flux wanted to do the Flux Ruger, whatever, and just cut Magpul out of it altogether. I don't know if that's a thing that could happen or not. But anyway, so from the CCW Reddit, Jeff found a doozy. Tell us about it.
All right. The press check, the legendary press check. So this guy, according to him, every time he leaves his house, I confirm that my firearm has one in the chamber. I made this a habit a few years back because I do a ton of practice draws. Well, okay. And was afraid that if I ever actually needed to use a firearm, it wouldn't be loaded due to my practice. Does anyone else do this?
No, because I load it before I leave and then I don't worry about it.
Right. Well, the way I handle it makes me think this is overhandling, to quote Letterkenny. I think the press check has become like one of those bro things that like John Wick and video games made popular, but it doesn't really serve a major purpose. Either your gun is loaded or you don't. Like, I've always found it interesting how many people press check during load and make ready.
I do.
USPSA. I'm like, I don't know about you, but I can hear it. Like it.
No, I know, but like Andy do dumb thing. So Andy do double check because Andy do thing dumb. So me check, press thumb, check, press, copper, yes, well, ready.
And it also feels like ritualized. Like I always love when the tac charts come and they'll like press check, but they won't even like really look down at it before and you're like, you didn't really need to do that step. Like if you're not going to look at it, then like do the thing you mean to do. I've always found that I find this one weird because like my concealed carry doesn't leave its holster. So like when I rarely practice with it and I rarely shoot matches with it. And so it just stays loaded all the time and I just take it off as a holstered unit. And so it's always loaded and I know it's loaded and I don't need to press check it. Also, one good thing Smith & Wesson did is their loaded chamber indicator is just a small cut in the chamber that you can look down and be like, yep, there's nickel or there's brass. Guns loaded.
No, and honestly, Gen 4 and 5 Glocks, maybe the 3 too, they have a more subtle loaded chamber indicator, but there's like a little tab on the extractor that is flush with the slide if it's empty, and it protrudes ever so slightly if there's a cartridge in there. And you can kind of see the brass through the gap on the side, kind of. Yeah. Not like the Smith & Wesson where it's got that hole drilled in the top and it's very easy. Now, old Rugers have a big loaded chamber flag on the top whenever it's loaded. So that's really easy, because nothing's sexier than a sign that says loaded chamber.
Well, and that was actually kind of the funny thing is the Reddit hive mind was actually against loaded chamber indicators, such as the Ruger one, because they're like, hey, it can get stuck. Or
what the hell is that getting caught on?
I don't know. All these
are the same
Reddit
numbskulls that think the hammer on a revolver is going to get hung up, and that's why I gotta have a bob hammer, or I gotta have that. It's
Did you see the video?
ridiculous.
Did you see the video that Firepower United posted?
No.
Oh, okay. So, completely different topic. Dude shooting at like an action steel, which is basically you take steel challenge plates, and the big plates you shoot twice, the little plates you shoot once, but it's on like a USPSA stage, so it's a different kind of form of competition. Dude shooting 2011 of some sort has a round come up and over and land in the hammer. So hammer back, it lands in there, and so it locks the gun. It locks the gun up. So
Like
he
a
has to
spent case landed
Yep.
in the hammer gap?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like 1 in a million. And of course, all he had to do was go rack slide, thing comes off. Like it wasn't the biggest, but it was a like, oh shit, malfunction. But to your point, I'm sure there are people who will use that as like, this is why you never carry with a hammer. Like derp 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 derp.
Do I press check every day before I shoot a match or before I shoot a stage? Absolutely. I'm checking that thing every single time. I don't press check because my gun's not loaded before I carry it. So I load it. And once I load it, you know, I guess it's loaded. I'm not actually, no, every time I press check, I do it one-handed. You know,
yeah,
I grab it around the back and do the one-handed press check. Just in
John
case
Wick.
I got an injured hand, you know.
Well,
then that way I can check if my gun's loaded.
Okay. I will throw one caveat in there. If I'm dealing with a firearm that is not mine and that I don't know the condition of, yes, I will check it. Like that's, I don't want people to think like, oh, I just pick up a gun and pull a trigger. No, like in my home, I know they're unloaded because I'm the only one in my home. And so, like, I treat them with the knowledge of, like, this is the gun and this is how I always leave the gun. Nothing has changed because I don't change my system because autism.
I don't know. It sounds to me like you're going to die the next time you get groceries.
Challenge accepted. But if I am dealing with someone else's gun or, like, someone else has been in my space or I'm whatever, yes, I will check their gun, but I'm not press checking a gun that I know is loaded because I loaded it and put it in the holster loaded.
All right. Moving on. It's time once again for Nass Dad Jokes. I'm a little punchy tonight, and I wrote a few just because I had time before we got on to record, and I don't know if I think these are going to be okay. We'll see if I can make Jeff laugh. If I make Jeff laugh, I feel like they'll be okay. Okay, here's the first one. What do you get when you cross Magpul with Subaru?
A lesbian something?
A plastic car that lesbians like.
Yes.
That one was kind of obvious, but what do Jesus, I wrote this like crap. What do the Magpul and Ruger RXM and the P320 have in common?
What is that?
They are not likely to be in a cop's holster ever again.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, what did the insurance CEO say to his ER doctor?
I hope I'm covered.
I bet this claim gets denied. Hey, what did the assassin order at McDonald's?
Ketchup?
A quarter pounder with a suppressor. I couldn't think of anything that rhymed with cheese, so I just decided on suppressor.
That's reasonable.
I don't know. Okay. Hey, yesterday, a bag of chips exploded in my truck. You know what flavor they were?
6 hour?
Cream and onion, yes. Yes.
Yes. Victory.
Yes. Well done. There's Nass Dad Jokes. I spent all of 20 minutes on that wonderful comedy bit. More fantastic content like that and more every single week. You get a whole other second episode. You already got some of it. There's more to come. If you are a subscriber on our Patreon, patreon.com/notanothershootingshow, you're going to get all the rest of this episode. But if you're that cranky fucker who left us that snarky review on Apple, well, he didn't listen to this anyway, so I can talk about it because he just deletes this one anyway. So if you want all of this episode, patreon.com/notanothershooting show, and you get an extra episode every single week.